So first off, I just wanted to say spirituality for everyone is different. Everyone has their own experiences with what spirituality is, and they have their own type of awakening. But for me personally, I originally grew up from a very strong Christian background, and from a very young age believed in a higher power. But for me, religion just doesn't fully fit what I believe is spiritual anymore. And this was a really hard awakening for me, because I feel like, again, just my own opinion, that Christianity had a lot of fear based values involved. And I was always scared to branch out, like always, and search for more answers than I was ever given as a kid. Like, I feel like there were so many gray areas, and the fear that other religions were bad and that nothing outside of the Bible was the correct way to live was very confusing to me. It was very confusing to have the values I was raised on all of a sudden in question. When I started to explore and see other people's viewpoints on spirituality and on different religions, it was really a life change and like a catalyst for me. And thankfully, this was a slow introduction. I was able to ease myself in, but it was a very hard one and confusing because it was how I was raised. It was what I had known and believed my whole life. And there is certain ideals that I loved about being a Christian and still live through to this day. But through this journey, I finally was able to realize what spirituality was for me. I was opened up to the answers I truly couldn't find in religion, things that I desired to have answers for from when I was a kid were finally being answered. And I finally was able to get into a state of being awakened spiritually. And now spirituality means something so vastly different from when I was super young. So, going into that, here are 4 things I learned along my spiritual journey that have really given me the answers and ability to understand my awakening. So, hopefully, these help you as well. And hopefully, you stay to the end because there's a bonus one at the end. So, you're not going to want to miss that one. Anyone new here, if you want to be entered into my giveaway for my first 1K followers and then all my future milestones along this channel, go follow me and then watch my video on Does Manifesting Truly Work? And comment below that video to be entered into my contest. Start off with manifesting. With manifesting, it's been a really long journey of experimenting for me, and there's been a lot of trial and errors. And there's a whole bunch of different ways, again, I feel like you can go about manifesting things. But for me personally, the best thing I have learned is the motto of thoughts plus feelings plus visualization plus actions equals manifesting. So, first, you really need to deeply reflect on what it is that you want to manifest. And I really encourage you to be careful with this stage because something most gurus I feel like won't tell you is that you never know what you're going to get until you get it, which could be a really good thing and turn out really well or even better than you expected, or could end up with something that you didn't want, and it could go sideways essentially. And then I truly believe you need to be able to feel what it is that you want, which really helps if you write down in detail what it is, and from there start being able to feel that future. Feel truly what being in that future would be like. And then you need the action. So, with the action, I feel like there's 2 main things I want to talk about with this. And one big part in that is staying in a high vibration, taking that action consciously to stay in it and not giving up hope because it's not coming fast enough or soon enough. And truly, like energy attracts like energy. So, if you can maintain this state, you can manifest anything you would ever want in your life and then some. And then the other part of the action is taking the steps physically to get yourself where you need to go. And again, I really truly don't feel like people talk about this enough is that because action, and I mean, physical action has been always been my best friend. It's like putting a seed out into the universe that um, will definitely come to fruition if you are patient enough. And it's just a beautiful thing. The second thing is meditation, and a meditation is a really important one. Honestly, this has been my biggest awakening for my spiritual journey. I honestly kept putting it off. Meditation for many years of my spiritual journey. I just resisted it way too much. And the past 6 months, I have finally made it a priority, and my life has forever been changed by meditation. I will link down below my favorite meditations I listen to on YouTube and the ones that have impacted me the most. And I really encourage you to go listen to those meditations just because I find that it's just such an opening experience that I feel like everybody needs to try it at least once and see how it goes for them. The third thing I found really helpful along my spiritual journey was getting into tarot and oracle readings. I find tarot and oracle readings just another way to seek guidance from the universe and really helps you train using your intuition. I first got into tarot readings when I was scrolling on TikTok, and it took me quite a long time before I decided I wanted to order my own decks. And now I have some really cool ones that I'll link in the description as well. But the thing with tarot, I find, isn't fully touched on is that it can truly be an individual's experience. You can read your reading completely intuitively by looking at the cards and taking what they mean in that direction. Or you can obviously read the meanings or the descriptions of the cards and intuitively use that to see what the universe is trying to tell you. But also, I think the great thing about tarot and oracle deck cards is even if you aren't fully into the spiritual aspect, you can truly take them as just life advice, because truly that is what the essence of them is life advice. So that's what's really great about tarot cards as well. So honestly, I really encourage you to get into that even if you are just starting out on your journey, because they're so helpful in my opinion. So we're going to move on to the fourth one, and that one is journaling for gratitude and mental clarity. And okay, I know this one is talked about a lot, but the thing is, it's super important, and that's why it's talked about so much. But truly, I have seen such a big impact on my overall mood when I put the effort into this area of my life. It also is a large reason for my higher vibrational levels and why it's so easy for me to manifest things into existence. So I really encourage you to do this, and I'm going to do a longer form video on this, so stay tuned for that video because it's going to be great. So the fifth bonus thing now is books that I have read. I really want to just briefly focus on these because I feel like these deserve their own video, but I don't know where I'd be on this journey if I hadn't read Reality Revolution by Brian Scott, Becoming Supernatural by Joe Dispenza, Success Attracts Success by Frederick Dodson. And as you get further along your spiritual journey, I'd suggest reading Parallel Universes of Self by Frederick Dodson. I will link all of these books in the description as well, and I really would just encourage you, if you don't even know where to start on this journey, would be to start reading these books just because they're great.